Hey guys, kinggath here with another patch for Sim Settlements. This is patch 2.1.4, which I'm calling +1 intelligence. So in front of us, what's about to happen is that an agricultural plot is going to be built. Then that industrial plot on the right, the advanced one, followed by the martial plot on the left, and then the second agricultural plot. Now, the reason I was able to predict that, well, as you're about to watch unfold, is because I've started training the settlers to make intelligent decisions about which plots to move into. So prior to this patch, they would just kind of move into a plot at random. It would just be, they would grab one at random when they needed a job or a home. Now they will look at what the settlement needs and make their decision based on that. So, for example, we needed food, so the farm was built first. They then detected that advanced industrial plot, I had chose the water plan, so they were able to use that as a source of water. And then they needed defense to cover that new food and water, so they started building the martial plot. And then when they realized that 2 food wasn't going to be enough, they started building the second farm. Now, this system definitely isn't perfect. I'm sure you guys will find lots of little quirks in it and report to me all sorts of problems with it. This is definitely a first draft, and more improvements are on the way. And on top of the settlers being more intelligent about choosing what to build, the side effect for building this new system to support this is that the new system is actually way more efficient than the old one, so that you're actually going to see a performance boost across the board over time. So you may not notice it immediately. It's going to be one of those things that will just take effect slowly over time as the plots are refreshed. Or if you start a new save, you'll immediately have the benefit. It's going to be minor in a per settlement basis, but across your whole save file, this is going to represent a pretty good boost to performance. So also on top of the settlers making better decisions, they will also in the future be able to choose building plans that make more sense for your settlement. So obviously, if you choose a building plan, they're not going to overwrite your choice, but I am going to start training them to actually make the building plan decisions as well as choosing which plots to build. Now, this doesn't affect you if you're the type of person that builds one plot at a time or if you assign manually, but if you like pre-planning your settlement by just laying down a lot of plots, this will help a lot because your settlers will take care of the assignments correctly themselves. Instead of you having to calculate out your needs and assign the settlers to them as they show up, they will most likely assign themselves to the thing that made sense. So, going beyond that, we've got a lot of bug fixes. The 2 biggest ones I think you guys will be happy to hear about are, one, I think I've solved the issue where houses would sprout on farms or robotics labs would try to build on martial plots. That bug should be fixed going forward. Though if you had an existing plot before this patch, you may need to fix that yourself by using Choose Building Plan. This will just prevent those wrong building plans from being selected in the future. So if you feel like the wrong building plan built, or if your plot is stuck, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, definitely try choosing a building plan from the ASAM sensor, and that should get it going again. The other big reason for your buildings to seem stuck is if you have realistic build times on. So check your zoning laws to see if that got flipped on by the wizard. It is considered one of the hardcore options, so if you chose throw everything you've got at me during the wizard, realistic build times would be kicked on and you would have to wait about 36 hours for a building to build, that is normal if you have that setting on. So if you feel like your stuff's not working too quickly, definitely check out that option. Beyond that, there are lots of little bug fixes and balance changes, so please check out the full patch notes. Otherwise, I want to move on and talk about recruitment. As a lot of you have heard from my previous videos, I am deep into the development of the next expansion pack. Only this one I'm not doing with such a tiny team. We're now kind of a huge team, actually. Quite a few people working on it on lots of little facets of the upcoming expansion. And for that reason, I need a copy editor. I need somebody who is very organized, who hates grammar and spelling mistakes, and can help us keep all of our files organized and clean and all matching in the right format. So if you're that type of person, I would love to have your help in getting our team organized and all of our paperwork matching up so that when we go to implement, everything comes out the way it should. The other 2 positions I have are for artists. I need a concept artist. So if you like sketching things, specifically if you like and can draw things in the Fallout style. So in that kind of post-war wasteland made out of junk style, and are interested in designing things for that, I could use your help. We need someone to help design models for our 3D artists who are more technically minded and maybe don't have the artistic background, but you could kind of give them some shape to what they need to build. And on that note, on the flip side of that, I also need another 3D modeler. So if you are familiar with 3D Studio Max, I can teach you how to get your stuff into Fallout 4. I just need somebody who knows how to model. And bonus, if you're an animator, well, you may not realize it, but you are considered gold in the mod community, and you would obviously be more than welcome to join us. So please send me some samples of your work if you're one of those artists, or just a little background on your experience if you are interested in doing some editing. And do all of that through simsettlements.com on the forums. That is the best way to contact me, as it will email me. Okay, guys, other than that, I just want to say we are still hard at work on the expansion. I don't have a firm date yet. I want to make sure that whatever date I do announce, we can actually meet. Because the team is much larger, that means the scope of the expansion is much larger, so it's going to take a little more time than Industrial Revolution did. But in the meantime, I am going to continue to deliver these bi-weekly patches to get you guys an improved experience in Sim Settlements and Industrial Revolution. All right, guys, as always, take care and enjoy the mod.